Welcome to Slingshot Fever. What's going on, shooters? Today, I want to talk about East Coast Slingshot Tournament 2022. First off, I want to start by saying congrats to the winners. I'll post a picture of that now. I want to bring a quick announcement to everyone because in the group of shooters, there were numerous people who have watched the channel, and we were talking, and more than one person said, dude, you should say that. And I'm like, well, I'll say it. So just quick announcement on behalf of some of the responses and things I was told by shooters at the tournament. You have seen that I have different items, and you will be seeing one more as I have found an awesome flashlight company. Now, I didn't take a bunch of pictures there and videos and stuff. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not trying to get millions of viewers or multi-million views on a video. I simply want to share and help. So any products that you see are simply something that I just want to share with you guys. I think it's a great product and worthy of a shout out. Worthy of letting you guys know so you have an awesome product. And a company that has an awesome product, we like to see those ones succeed. So they're more or less just a shout out. $20 here and there, whatever, off affiliate sales. Hey, that's nice. It goes right back into the channel for whatever latex testing or targets or whatever the case is. So now that I threw that out there, just wanted to let you guys know I am not trying to be a salesman and grow a big channel. It's the love of the sport, the love of you guys, our slingshot community, our family is awesome. Anybody on Facebook or that has attended any of these events knows that we have such a welcoming group of individuals. Just amazing. At the East Coast, I learned several things. This was my first time attending there. I was super excited to see everyone. Love all of you. Not going to do any individual name shout outs or anything. I don't want to offend anyone, leaving anyone out. So I learned a few lessons. I arrived on Wednesday evening, so I did come early. Spent a lot of time shooting. Now, I saved my Spanish knockdown targets until last. Spanish knockdowns, you can look those up and see what I'm talking about if you want more details about those. But it consists of 7 targets, 7 shots, no time limit. Accuracy is all that matters. The highest one is 10 points. The lowest one is 1 point. And there's 2 of those. So I saved that for very last. One of the other events was a can shoot. That one was timed. You have 10 cans and you have a 1 minute time period after firing the first shot. So time-wise, not real bad. If you break it down, you fire your first shot and you have 60 seconds left to make, essentially, it should be 9 shots, as the first one, you have all the time in the world to make sure everything's right. So the first one should be a give me. But other events were a 25 meter or 25 yard paper target, and that was 10 shots, no time limit on that. There was a woods course, and then a 10 shot challenge that was a big steel saw blade about 20 feet high in the air, and there was 10 different spots that you shot from. So the target wasn't moving, but you were. Then also in the group that I shot it with, we would person number 1 went first, and then the next time it was person number 2 went first, then the next shot it was person number 3, so we rotated. So every person had a first shot and a last shot, and really great time. The woods course consisted of 30 targets. 1 point or 3 points. First thing I want to say before I get into what happened with scoring and everything is a lot of people make excuses. Excuses are like buttholes. Everyone's got one. I say they're like hairs on the head because when have you ever heard a person with only one excuse? Kind of a rarity. So we all know that in our sport, it's not a matter of excuses, it's self-diagnosis. A major portion is sucking it up. What did I do wrong? So I want to let you guys know from my first time what I did wrong. So everything was great up until the woods course. In the woods course, I did not do bad on. The high score, I believe, was a 34, and I shot a 31. So not bad at all. It's just a matter of, I know how I shoot, and I was disappointed in myself. So why did I have a lot of misses? I actually only had 6, so not real bad. I had been down at the range. So first thing to understand, you're getting together with all your buddies and friends on Facebook from all of these groups. A huge 5-gallon bucket filled with ammo, a bunch of targets. So the practice range is basically, picture a arcade-style shooting gallery. Targets all over, and shoot at what you want. Everybody's down there shooting. It was basically get up at around 8 in the morning and shoot until around 2 in the morning. After a couple days of that, I was no longer dialed into the ammo that I had been shooting, just simply because it's kind of a pain to sort through the ammo and find the size you want. Plus, there's so many sizes, a lot of them are pretty close together. You've got 7s, 7.5s, and 8s, and I was shooting 8mm, 5/16 inch. And at the practice range, I kind of just got into shooting anything from right around 7, it may have even been 1/4 inch, through 3/8 inch with the setup I had. I was set up for 8mm. So I was going with aim point here because it's a 3/8 and heavy, back to 8mm, and I was doing that. We all know switching frames is a bad idea. Let me tell you, switching ammo is even worse. So I finished on the range, and we decided to go shoot the woods course. Out of the first 15 targets, 15 out of 30, I missed 5 of the 6. 5 of the 6 targets I missed were in the 15. By about the 15th shot, I was back dialed into the 8mm, and I proceeded to only miss 1 more in the last 15 set, or the last half of the 30 targets. Just like changing frames and aim points, that ammo will dramatically affect you. And I already knew that. I figured I was dialed in close enough. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just having fun. It's a great time, great group of people. We went and shot the woods course, and while I didn't do bad, I was disappointed in myself because several of those first 15 shots that I missed, or the first 5 of the 15, I should have absolutely hit those ones. There was a good 3 in there that there's no way I should have missed, other than I was, confused or whatever with swapping ammo back and forth. Lesson learned there, prior to going out and shooting any of them, make sure, because I'm not going to say don't shoot anything else down at the range, don't have fun, be serious. Have a blast, but before you go do a scoring event, make sure you take a good 15, 20 shots and settle back into the ammo that you're going to be shooting for said event. Now, up until then, I will throw out one name. Up until then, I was shooting even with Nathan Masters. I'll throw his name out since he's my boss. So our scores were the same, 77, without counting the Spanish knockdown. From all the shooting, I figured I would give it a good rest day on Saturday. I had done all my scoring except the Spanish knockdown. And I was under the thought process that the targets weren't due until 9 a.m. Sunday morning. So my plan was to shoot my score at around 11:30, midnight, somewhere, and then, in the late evening when the temperatures had dropped, it was slightly cooler, and my finger was not as sore. We find out that day it is 6 p.m. that the targets are due, and I knew right then that I was not going to shoot great. So on the 4 rounds, I scored a 26, a 10, a 10, and then a 20, which is absolutely just horrible. Down at the practice range 2 nights before with one of the scores there, I had sat and shot 3 rounds clean. The 4th one, I had 1 miss, and then I shot 2 more cleanly. So, huge difference. What was the issue? The finger, where I pinch, was so sore that, I kid you not, I was afraid of flinging a wild ball when I was drawing it back. I also had some slight swelling going on and irritation from all that pinching, some inflammation. And I think I was getting I'm pretty certain I was getting a speed bump effect off of that extra inflammation there. That's not how I'm zeroed. That's not how my body is zeroed. So, not complaining. Absolute blast. Do it all again in a heartbeat. Just wanted to share a couple lessons and, point these things out. These are things that you may not think about. We were talking at the back of the room while people were shooting towards the end, and it was noticed by several, agreed. I pointed it out. I'm like, it's funny watching these guys shoot now. After shooting for several days, all of them are shooting way worse than what we did on the first couple days. I watched several people miss shots that they should not have missed or would not have missed, other than it was a lot of shooting, a lot of fun shooting. I think, let's add it up real quick, there was 10 shots for the challenge, 30 shots for the woods course, 7, 14, 28, we'll just call that 30. So, 60, 70, 80. We're talking like 100 shots for the entire tournament. So, not a lot of shooting there. But when you have all your buddies from all over, there were people in attendance from California, just everywhere. So it really gets to be a fun time, and you go shoot at the range, and you don't realize how much shooting you're doing. Other than if you keep track of band sets. The band sets, I ate band sets. Ate lots of band sets. So just keep that in mind. You want to pace yourself. You want to shoot the ammo that you're going to shoot for the event, because that will definitely mess you up. So those are 2 of the major things I learned. I ended up shooting a 66, which realistically I should have shot anywhere from 110 up. Like, realistically, that's what I expect of myself. So, lessons learned, no excuses. Such a fun time. The 2 gentlemen, Bill and Mike, I will mention their names. Hats off to you guys. You do a great job. Phenomenal time. Everyone loves you. So to those of you who weren't able to attend, I know gas prices are crazy right now, but seriously, try to find a shoot. It's so much fun to sit down, chat with people face to face versus through Facebook Messenger or the forums and stuff. It really is almost like a family reunion type feel. The camaraderie that our group has is insane. The help. I'll give one other story real fast without throwing out any names. A gentleman came. He had seen the sign and came in, tried to pay. He was told, no, you don't shoot slingshots, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, here's your target. Go out, shoot, have fun, enjoy yourself. And the guy goes, I don't have a slingshot. And he goes, that practice range down there, he's like, by the time you get there, you'll have one in your hand. The gentleman got about 15 feet out the door, and he had a slingshot in his hands. Somebody greeted him. Hey, I don't know you. Who are you? I'm so-and-so. Oh, I drove past, seen the sign. I was interested. I shoot archery. Blah, 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 blah. I don't have a slingshot. Well, here, let me go with you to the range. That's the group of people that we have. Phenomenal. The guy later wrote in on Monday or Tuesday to Simple Shot, and that was one of the messages in the chats that I had in correspondence. And he had taken a picture of Nathan's tent. Nathan had the Simple Shot tent there. So he had taken a picture of the tent to remember the name and everything. Several people had said Simple Shot had great frames to check us out. So he had taken a picture and he wrote in and he was just blown away. He was fully astounded by how great of a community we have. So if you're hesitant on going to something like that, you don't need to pay to compete. If you're not competing, shoot at the practice range all you want, shoot the woods course and stuff, but you're not going to have a score. So definitely something, to check out. Other events, there may be a cost for all shooters or whatever, but you guys don't know what you're missing. So try to carpool if you can. Go to closer events, whatever. Obviously, things are going to slightly change because of the gas prices, but fully worth checking out some of these events. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. And as always, shoot safe, shoot straight, and God bless.